entering a new scheduled or PRN medication. Of course, under the residence chart, we go to New. The new screen appears. Order date and time is defaults to the time we opened it up. Since we are putting in a medication, it needs to be pharmacy. Under the category, order type can be standard medication if you want it to go to the MAR. If you want it to go to the TAR, then you need to choose nurse medication. This will, like I said in earlier videos, if you choose nurse medication, it goes to a TAR. If you choose standard medication, it goes to the MAR. All the other aspects of the order will be the same if you're doing it for the MAR or the TAR. But this order type will tell us where it's printing to. So we're doing a new medication. So we need to do a communication method. Remember, prescriber written, since we're copying all these orders from Quick Care consolidated orders. The medication, we're going to do lisinopril 5 milligrams. So we'll just start typing lisinopril. There's lisinopril 5 milligrams. If you see the little triangle there, that means there's a potential duplication. You click on that, it's going to say, hey, you've already got lisinopril 10 milligrams ordered before. So it'll kind of give you a heads up if you're about to enter some duplicate medications, which that's okay right now. The dispense is written. If you want the pharmacy to dispense that as written, then you'll just click that checkbox. You'll hardly ever just choose dispense as written. Our order type is already set. Again, if you want it to go to the MAR, it'll be standard medication. If you want it to go to the TAR for the nurse to give, it'll be nurse medication. What's the route of administration? We're going to do it by mouth. And then we need to set a routine. So we click routine. We're only given one tablet of the 5 milligrams, so we're going to say 1, then drop down to tablet. The frequency, we're going to give it 1 time a day, every day, and the time code is going to be QD. We're going to select the diagnosis, click in the magnifying glass, place a check mark, update, and then moving on down, we just need a diagnosis or indication for use, and we have the diagnosis. You don't, remember, you just need one or the other. Now, under additional directions, let's say that we're having to give 1.5 tablets of a drug. Let's say here it's lisinopril, 1.5 tablets to equal 7.5 milligrams. So in here we're going to put 1.5 tablet, but just so we'll have to be extra safe, we'll say 1.5 tablet equals 7.5 milligrams. The only time you will need additional instructions is for something like that. You don't need to come down here and repeat everything you just said above. Okay, moving on down, administered by clinician, self-administered, or unsupervised self-administration. 99% of our medications are going to be administered by a clinician, which means nurse, med-aid, whatever. The start date is going to start tomorrow at 8 o'clock. The med pass time, the default for the facility, QD, is 8 o'clock, but if we need to change that, we can just come over here and change that to 0900. It is a blood pressure medication, so we're going to add supplemental documentation. We'll click Add, and we want to do blood pressure. Click place the check mark on blood pressure, update, and we keep on moving down. Under source details, you'll see this inventory on hand. be sure to place a check mark in inventory on hand on every single medication that you have. You don't have to do it on the non-medication orders, but every medication order you need to check mark inventory on hand. It'll cause a big backlog of stuff that we don't even have to worry about right now. When we get to EMAR, that will come into play, but for now, be sure and check it. So now we have two options. We can save this order, and it will take us away from this screen, and it goes back to the residence chart. Or we can say Queue and New. If we say Queue and New, it's just going to save this order, and then it's going to stay on the same screen and allow us to enter another order, which could save a lot of time. So we're going to say Queue and New. And see, we come back, we're still on the same screen. We're doing standard medication. But this time we're going to do a PRN order. So we're going to do ibuprofen. Start typing ibuprofen. We want to give 200 milligram tab. Like I said, either standard medication on the MAR or nurse medication that goes on the TAR, either one. PO. When we get to scheduling details, we want to go to PRN. Then we go to dose or quantity. We want to do 1 tablet PRN every, let's say, 4 hours. The indication for use, we just click the magnifying glass. We can scroll down to, let's say, pain. And what if we wanted to do elevated temperature? So you can do 1 or more. Hit update. Inventory on hand, remember that's always got to be checked. We can add it to the queue. And these are the orders all in queue. We got lisinopril and ibuprofen. So now we can save the queued orders. We're through. We are through entering orders. So we're going to say save queued orders. We'll ask, are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. It's going to let you review and acknowledge these. And there's our orders. That concludes entering a new scheduled or PRN medication.